The Prodigal Son, a story of forgiveness and unconditional love. In a prosperous land, a wealthy man had 2 sons. His eldest son was diligent and responsible, working alongside his father, but the younger son longed for a life beyond his father's household. One day, he approached his father with a bold request. "Father, give me my share of the inheritance now. I want to live life on my own terms." His father's heart ached, but out of love, he granted his request. With eagerness, the young man gathered his belongings and set out for a distant land. At first, life was exhilarating. He indulged in luxury, surrounding himself with fleeting pleasures. He spent his wealth on grand feasts, fine clothes, and entertainment, believing this was the life he had always dreamed of. But as his fortune dwindled, so did his so-called friends. When a great famine struck, he was left penniless and desperate. He took the only job he could find feeding pigs. Hungry and broken, he longed to eat even the food meant for the animals. Each day, he toiled in misery, realizing how far he had fallen. In that moment of despair, he thought of home. "Even my father's servants have food to spare while I starve. I will return and beg him to take me back as a servant." With humility, he set out on the long journey home, uncertain of how he would be received. He rehearsed his apology over and over, dreading the shame he would face. But his father had never stopped longing for his return. One day, he saw his son in the distance. Overcome with emotion, he ran to him, embracing him tightly. The young man, filled with shame, whispered, "Father, I have sinned against heaven and against you. I am no longer worthy to be called your son." But before he could say more, his father called to the servants, "Bring my finest robe. Place a ring on his finger and sandals on his feet. Prepare a feast, for my son was lost but now is found." The young man had expected rejection, but was met with overwhelming love and forgiveness. As the household celebrated, the elder son returned from the fields. Hearing music, he grew bitter. "All these years I have worked tirelessly for you," he told his father. "Yet you never threw a feast for me. But this son of yours squanders your wealth and returns, and you welcome him?" The father placed his hands on his eldest son's shoulders. "My son, you have always been with me, and all I have is yours. Common, but it is right to rejoice, for your brother was lost and has now been found. He has returned not only to this home but to his senses, and that is worth celebrating." This parable, told by Jesus, illustrates God's love and grace. The Father represents God, whose mercy is boundless. The prodigal son reflects all who stray but seek forgiveness, while the elder brother mirrors those who struggle with grace. No matter how far we stray, we are never beyond redemption. This story reminds us to extend the same grace, that is unmerited favor, that God offers to us. What are your thoughts on this lesson? Share in the comments. And if this story resonated with you, don't forget to like and subscribe for more biblical insights.